Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. I know I haven't done a video in a while, in a long time. That's just because not a lot has happened with the fish tanks, apart from getting these new fish, and that's the reason really why I wanted to do a video on these new fish that I've got, because they're really good. And this aquarium's doing really well, and I just wanted to give an update on it really and show off these fish. So if we look, and these are a type of killifish. I never kept killifish before, but I knew roughly what they were, but I never knew what golden panchax were. So I went to the local fish shop, and I said I need some new fish, but I wanted something different, because I kept trying neon rainbow fish, kept trying them, and they kept dying. I really like the idea of neon rainbow fish because they're a smaller variety, dwarf neon rainbow fish. A smaller variety of rainbow fish, and as I have the Bozemanis in another tank, a bigger tank, I wanted to keep a different species of rainbow fish in the smaller tank. And I even quarantined them for 4 weeks, these dwarf neon rainbow fish, and they just did not survive. They lasted a couple of weeks and then one by one. Yeah, and I've bought too many of them in the past, and I just could not buy them anymore. So for the first time I went into the aquarium store and I just asked somebody there, and they suggested, given on the dimensions of the tank, 1 metre across, 1 metre across, 45 centimetres deep and 24 centimetres high. This makes it a really shallow aquarium, about 100 litres. So very shallow, but still got quite a nice length for fish to swim up and down, which is what I wanted. It's a custom aquarium. So they suggested these, and these fish are amazing, honestly. A lot of fish, when you buy them, at first they lose their colour, they hide, they don't eat very well. But these fish, they're the first type of fish that I've put into an aquarium and you'd never know they were new to it. They're swimming around my hands, going mad for the food, and then even I think a couple of days later, after I introduced them to the tank, they started breeding. I couldn't see any actual eggs or anything, but they were definitely breeding. They're just really good fish. Maybe, I don't know if it's a species or where I got them from, but they're just really hardy fish by the sounds of it. Like, transporting them and putting them in this tank did not faze them at all. It's been a couple of months now, and they're just doing amazing. So they're called golden panchax, and they're like a predator fish. So they hang around the top. They look like, when fish get a bit ill and they gasp for air and they hover around the top of the tank, and instantly they're not doing very well. But this is just how they swim. They swim really close to the surface, waiting for insects and that to drop onto the surface or to be on the surface, and they go for it. Like proper predator fish. I'll show some footage now of them being fed. They swim all around the tank. They swim in between these plants that I've got at the bottom, these S. repens. They swim in between those. They like to hide underneath the plants, or in the plants, like waiting, like a predator waiting, and they'll swim out really fast and catch their prey. So when I drop the food in, they wait for it and they snap at it like like an alligator or whatever. But yeah, it's not just how they act, it's just the fact how they so easily adapt to the aquarium. And I know maybe, you know, it could just be this aquarium because it's really well suited and it's a really good aquarium, really well established, loads of plants. And this is I call this one my low maintenance aquarium, because on the big aquarium I do, you know, religiously weekly water changes, but on this one it might be 3, 4, 5 weeks water changes. But I do like 50% water changes when I do them, so yeah, maybe it's just the aquarium, but they're doing really well, and the plants as well. For some reason this aquarium just does really well with plants. So at the foreground, all this is S. repens. Started off with like 5 little cuttings and just snipped them and propagated them and planted them around. I've talked about this plant before. It's just too good not to include. Now this is really overgrown. It's all over the place. It's very tall and it's spread out everywhere. I really need to trim it. The only trouble is when I trim it, the clippings go all over the place, so you need to turn the filter off and capture all the trimmings. As you see, you trim it like this. You see all the bottom growth is like brown. It's a good idea to trim it. All this here isn't doing very well. Trim all that. I've already done all the front ones. All the front ones are trimmed down and they're growing back bright green. So it seems bad to trim it like this, like just to get rid of all this growth, but it is really tall and it grows back from nothing. You can cut it right down to no leaves and it just comes straight back. But this is all over the place. So I cut all the front ones down first because they'll hide all the bottom leaves on all the ones behind them. So when they grow back all green, you won't see all these dead leaves and brown leaves, because I'm covering all that up. But some of this at the back is so tall. I've never seen it get this tall. It's because before I've never really used fertilizers in this aquarium, and all the plants usually grow well, but these S. repens, I could see some of the leaves had holes in them. Like every leaf had tiny holes in them. It was really weird because I've never seen that before. So I started dosing. It's a 100-litre tank, so I started dosing like 10 ml every water change. Not even every week. Every time I do a water change, put the new water in, 10 ml fertilizer, and it literally just all the holes. Obviously the holes didn't disappear because they won't repair themselves like that. But I trimmed them all down, trimmed all the leaves off for the holes, and they all grew back green. So it must have been like magnesium deficiency or phosphate deficiency, something. But that really helped. So I was really happy about that because it's quite an easy solution. So now it's just a case of trimming all the dead ones off and waiting for that new growth. But yeah, it's a bit tall. Need to trim it down. And I have trimmed it down in the past actually, once or twice, but it comes back really well. But yeah, this aquarium's doing fantastic. So new fish, none of them have died. 4 males, 4 females, I forgot to mention that. 4 males, 4 females, golden Panchax. I think it's a 1-to-1 when you buy these, 1-to-1 male-female ratio. And they're just very nice fish. I'm not even sure how big they get, but it looks like the females are much bigger than the males. And the males are obviously the ones that are more yellow. You know, in most fish species, the males are the more colourful ones. see if you can get a closer look. They swim around really fast. It's quite hard to focus them. They're always really active, always breathing. And I couldn't be happier with this choice of fish in this tank. So yeah, this is the update. Not much really. Tank's doing well, fish are doing well. I advise to get these fish. I don't think they need a big aquarium, but obviously with aquariums, the more water volume, the better all round. So yeah, thank you for watching this quick update. Not posting much videos, I know, but I might try and post a few more. If I've got anything of interest or anything useful, usually it's like if I find something else that's quite useful and could help people, I might do a video on it. I might actually do a video on how to balance an aquarium, you know, growing plants without getting algae so the aquarium's balanced, because it's quite difficult, but I've kind of achieved it in this tank, and my larger tank is nearly there with the balancing, you know, correct light levels, fertilizer levels, plants and all that. It really is the goal with any aquarium to balance it, so I might do a video on that. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you found this interesting. I'll speak to you soon.